thy neighbor.
Peace and love. Thank you for joining me once again in my journey to know thy neighbor. It's not very often I get to bring to you someone that has been walking this earth for 100 years. Hopefully you'll have interest in listening to what she has to say. So come with me down to South Carolina as I introduce to you.
My first name is Ocea. I was born September 13, 1921. I grew up in Aiken County, near Bettis Academy, South Carolina. My grandmother was an American elephant who brought me into the world safely, thank God. My brother Robert was my babysitter, and he had a red wagon. He used to ride me around in it, because the others would be on the farm doing farm work. So I learned to do the farm work. Some of the work was like gardening, fresh gardening, and I would always find they had a lot of fruit trees. And I was always, I think my father was the first one to find the fresh fruit. So I think I was the second one. Had a lot of fruit. We had a spring with 9 bars, and the water was cold, but it wasn't close. It was like, oh my God. We had to cross the creek, which was running water, and the spring was above it. But with all the leaves, the water was yellow. And on this side, we used to have a washboard, place where you wash the clothes. Every Monday you had to do laundry. That was a wash day. So my job was to go to the spring and bring water as dinner was ready. And then we'd sit and eat together. But at breakfast time, we didn't, only Sunday or if it's raining or something like that. Otherwise, the older one was out working. No running water, no electricity. And the cows, you had the milk to get you fresh milk. And you put it in a churn, let it curdle, and you had to do this to get the butter. So it was a long process, but that's how you learn. I learned from growing up on the farm. My mother it was 12 of them. And holidays, some, maybe not all, but some of them would come and enjoy the weekend. Yeah, it was a great home. Yeah, they were great parents. Yeah. I remember my sister got married there, and there was a lot of the, family coming back. So I enjoyed cooking and doing for the family whatever I could. Well, at that time they called them mules. They had hogs, chicken, ducks, turkeys, rabbit, the white rabbits, the trained rabbits. They used to set traps for the wild animals like the rabbits, the opossum, and that was good. That was a survival meat. The school was founded by an Afro-American minister, Bettis Academy, during the mid-18th century. It started off as a graded school, and then it went to a high school, and then 2 years. All the churches would go together they would raise money through the year. And at that time, they would, pool the money together to help the school. Kentucky. I lived there for, I guess, about 9 years, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I worked there as a beautician there, New York. And I worked at the Freeport Yacht Club as a cook. I remember when we went to Israel. It was a nice trip. I remember going to a church. Nobody was there, but they had the Lord's Supper set up with the 12 disciples. And I think we went to Jericho. I can't think. Oh, and we planted a tree for my deceased son, because he used to love to travel there. He worked there as a flight attendant for the Travel Air. I remember going to Hawaii, but at that time I was taking care of my husband, so we would take a walk in the afternoon in the shopping area. March 4th, 1943. I had 3 children. Patricia was the oldest, born in 1947. And William was the second, born in 1949. And Tony was born in 1960, I think. And I have grandchildren, great-grandchildren. That's about the size of my family. Wow, from 43, John passed in 1990. So whatever that is, it must be like about 69, 60 something. Oh, family was very, very, very important. I can remember when we first started the reunion. I met so many of the family members. We started at my nephew's home in Massachusetts. And we grew. Well, by my oldest sister knew a lot of the older members, which helped a lot. So I was able to meet a lot of the cousins that I probably would have never met if it had not been for the reunion. But we traveled to many states and many homes, many churches. And it was exciting. And we learned more and more about our 4 parents. One was Ward Lee, that we learned a lot. I enjoy doing Workbook, the puzzles, coloring. In fact, I have some color. So I enjoy doing that and reading the Aiken Standard. When I was home, I used to take the Newsday. Oh, and then there's a game on TV that I watch too. Some game, Wheel of Fortune was one. And Harvey has a Family Feud. I watch that. Then there's another game that comes on. So I get enough going on. I really enjoyed it, Workbook, because that really keeps the words going. Love plants. I used to love gardening, but I don't get out there and bother with that no more. But I have a lot of plants sent to me as gifts, and I have kept them alive all this time. In the mornings, most of the time, I have orange juice, oatmeal, and in the oatmeal I put raisin, and I put cinnamon, and a little bit of ginger, and milk. And that's about all oh, and sometimes banana. And coffee, cup of coffee. I might have a piece of toast, and then sometimes I have Danish, a little Danish, but sometimes it'd be a little sweet. I take the sugar off the top. But that's about breakfast. Once in a while, I make grits. And in the grits, I put a slice of cheese. And I also have boiled eggs with the oatmeal too. Not every day, but I have. Yeah. That's just about breakfast. The schools, I think, are much better. And the climate condition is different too. Well, when I was growing up, it looked like to me it was hot all the time. We very seldom had snow in South Carolina. You'd have an ice freeze, but that's about it. But today, they have all these modern technologies that is very helpful. Some I can't do, but still I'd be happy to see others able to do. I remember Obama, president, for 2 terms, not only one, but he got 2 terms. Yeah, and he had a lovely wife and family. One thing to see my children grow up and be successful. Well, first we have to be thankful for whatever. I just enjoy each and every day. That wakes me up. Be good to everybody. Do your best. Love, respect, to the best of your ability. It's not an easy thing, but it's easy to do if you practice it.